Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It is.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I didn't know what. Wait, you were off rhythm and it got me off rhythm.
Okay, I'm a little off in
This
general
today.
today.
This is not a great start, but we can get
We're
there.
gonna try. We're gonna try. Hey, welcome to the Jason Show. Jason is still on vacation. I'm Kendall Mark, and you know who this is. It's Hobie.
It's been a while. I'm
Hi.
Hobie, yes.
Good to see you.
It's great to see you too. We were talking before the show. The last time I was on the Jason Show
Yeah.
was the February before the pandemic.
So February
began.
2020. Yeah.
February 2020 was
I
the
think
last time we
we-
were sitting next to each
Right,
other
like
right
we
here.
did this on
Yep.
one of Jason's trips.
Yes. And we had a couple
Here
of
we
guests in, and here we are just wondering, oh, life is beautiful, life is great, life is grand.
And
Not
then-
knowing that a month later we would be doing shows like this from home.
Yeah.
But here we are back together.
We made it. We made
made it.
So we were talking right before we came on. I made the joke that I am here. Don't worry. But I, like many of you, I had my booster,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel sick out by any means. I just feel tired
Mm-hmm.
today. So I'm just like, you're just kind of like loopy.
You're just kind of there.
I'm here.
You're there. You're
I'm here. I'm a little sore, but I'm glad.
Where are you
that I
sore,
got
by
it.
the way? This is the best part.
Okay, so I'm sore on my arm. I got it.
Yeah?
I'm also really sore in my armpit, which photographer Eric has been like, well, that's where your lymph node is. And I'm like, oh, this all makes sense now, because it seemed like a very weird place to be sore all morning long.
At least it's the side where you got the shot, so you
Yeah.
know that there could be some correlation.
Right, and I knew it
Yeah.
had something to do with it. I wasn't like, oh, what's happening to me? But it was just
It's
so
just strange.
odd. I asked.
If you wake up in the morning and it's like,
My
was it
armpit
that
really
was
hurts.
it that type of deodorant I put on? Is
Well,
it like-
honestly, you're like,
Yeah.
did I do something? Like, what did I do? No,
No, I just got a shot.
I just got a shot. Yeah, so that's my life these days. Hobie, you've been busy.
Yes,
Fill the
football
people
season.
in. Yes, football season.
So Gopher season wrapped up. I do our Gopher pregame shows, PJ Flex show, Viking shows, you name it. And
Football.
Football. Yes, let's just leave it like that. Football. Unfortunately, the season for the Vikings comes to an end this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
For our people in Seattle, sorry about the Seahawks this year.
But we're not. I mean, we get it.
Yeah,
We get it.
some years you're great, some years not so
so
great. But that's
much.
part of being a fan, and you enjoy the ride no matter what.
You do. And I'm going to the game on Sunday, actually.
Oh, enjoy yourself.
Yes, my in-laws are coming into town. They are huge Bears fans. They're all from the Chicagoland area. So we're going to go. We were going to get a tailgating spot. But I looked at the weather and was like,
Maybe not.
could have
What
not.
is it? What is it on Sunday?
I think the high is 7 right now was the high.
Well, it's better than today. Whenever I walked the dog this morning and it was -7 outside.
Dog's like,
She had her little shoes on. We got a Doberman a couple of months ago.
what? You
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. We got her from a Doberman rescue here in Minnesota.
Cute.
And she has been
I
epic.
love the ears on Doberman.
So she has the flop ears, actually.
Oh.
So and then whenever she gets curious, it's.
Hello? Hi, Dad. Hi. Hi. Hi, guys. Hey, we're
Yes.
back. And it's time for the hot dish. You get the spoon today, Hobie.
Yeah! That is a giant hot dish. That, my goodness gracious.
All right, the hits keep coming for award season. Yesterday we told you about the Golden Globes. Now the Grammy Awards is the latest casualty. The event was supposed to take place at the end of this month at the world famous Crypto.com arena. If you're all like, what? But the pandemic has forced organizers to slam on the brakes. Now Variety reports that the event will likely be pushed back to April or May. However, there's logistical concerns making scheduling even more complicated. Now the Grammys needs a 10-day window to get the venue ready. You can imagine, it's a lot of
Absolutely.
stages, a lot of things.
A lot of practicing.
A lot of stuff, yeah. But that arena is also home to the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Kings. So it doesn't really have a lot of openings like that until June.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I think that's about all we can say.
Well, it's so odd. I wonder what if they really wanted a big old spectacular again and they were just going to do the normal thing with masks and cards and what have
Sure.
you. But now they're just like, scrap that.
The crazy thing is, for me, is with Omicron starting to spread across the country, we're seeing it right now. just how many events. I mean, we mentioned the Super Bowl in our meeting this morning. How many events were planning to go on as normal?
Right.
And people thinking that it was post-pandemic. Well, here we go again, because the Super Bowl, there were reports yesterday that's supposed to be in LA in the new SoFi Stadium that's over there. But right now there are reports out there that they're looking for other locations. Is
that normal?
Like Dallas. Not at all, because usually whenever you set a Super Bowl, that's the location. All of the branding is for that place. But now, it's happened with college football. Last year they had to move the Rose Bowl to Dallas. So it has happened before with concerns in California where they just literally take everything and move it to another location.
That's just so crazy.
But the Grammys for being postponed,
right?
That's interesting because, but this is not normal. Right. I think we've said that countless times.
I know.
It's not normal, so I guess you have to do like everyone else and just ebb and flow with the entire situation as it goes along.
Well, am I remembering this right, that last year the Grammys weren't really normal then either? They had it at like multiple venues within the Staples Center, like all over the place. Am I remembering that right? Was that last year's Grammys?
I remember other award shows.
Right. That were kind of like
Emmys?
that.
It was the Emmys because some shows, what was it? Schitt's Creek. They took a ton. they took a ton of awards. That's the name of the show.
I know. It's
on
the
Fox
name.
9 Plus.
It's the name.
But whenever you look at that, they were distanced with masks on.
Right.
And they had
and they're all different homes.
Yes. Or like I believe that they had one giant ballroom that they had everything in.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting if you want it to be the Grammys as possible. You are going to have to push it along. Right. Especially with everything nowadays.
We'll see.
Well, coming up next in the dish, big news for Sex and the City fans, and more specifically, the HBO Max reboot. And just like that, that's the title. Chris Noth has officially been pulled from the finale. Chris has come under fire in recent weeks for sexual allegations. Producers of the Sex and the City spinoff shot a scene with him in Paris, but determined that they can get by without it. At the time the allegations became public, the finale wasn't set in stone, so it was feasible to make the change. Chris has denied the claims against him.
This is pretty big.
It is.
I don't want to, no spoilers, don't worry. But the way that he was going to be there was something that they said, like we just read, was pretty easy to just scrap and move away from. But to actually pull him from that, he's been pulled from his show, he's been pulled from his agency. I mean, that's rough. It's gotta be rough when you're his fellow colleagues too, that maybe weren't aware of this before and now are going, how do I move forward with this? They all came out with a statement a few weeks ago when this originally came out, the 3 lead women, and they've essentially said, you know, we support whoever has said this and we support them and what has happened to them and their truth. It's just sticky.
Absolutely. Another tough situation in Hollywood because we've seen this countless times, time and time again. But also you mentioned his show, The Equalizer. Right. He was taken off of CBS during that show. So it just seems like one domino is leading to the next, to the next, to the next.
The House of Cards has fallen. That was not a reference to something else that happened in the House of Cards. By the way, next in the dish today is a big day in TV history. Out is the DIY network, and in Magnolia.
Finally!
I'm so excited. That's the network from Chip and Joanna Gaines, if you didn't know. And to celebrate the launch, Chip and Jo have released their original casting tape for Fixer Upper. It's pretty cute.
Hi, we are Chip and Joanna Gaines, and we own a company in Waco, Texas called Magnolia Homes.
This is a typical flip that we do. It's one of those homes that sit in a neighborhood that's very traditional and established. All these homes are really beautiful. So when we drove up, of course, it seems like this happens on every house that Chip finds. I'm trying to talk him out of it because to me, I'm thinking 1 out of 10 people in this market's really going to appreciate a house like this because it's really a box with a flat roof. So I sat in front of this house one day for an hour and just started drawing things, trying to get vision for it. And then I thought this could be a really unique house in Waco, Texas. So I'm excited about taking this one on and seeing what this thing transforms into.
Do you think our on-camera chemistry is coming out?
It's been funny since day one.
That's awesome.
To launch the new network, Magnolia will debut Fixer Upper, Welcome Home. That's tonight. The network will also feature classic episodes of familiar shows like This Old House and The French Chef. So I've had Discovery, the app. For a while, Discovery Plus, and so I've been watching all of the Magnolia coming soon stuff. So I've seen like all the things that they're gonna air this first couple of episodes and days. just so everyone knows who's excited about the Fixer Upper piece of this, at least on Discovery Plus, they only have like 6 or 7 episodes. So it's not like
a full unveil. Just
right. Yet. It's not, it's kind of what I got out of it was, okay, hey, we're going to do this network. This is how people are going to watch it because they love you too. So you better at least do a couple episodes of your own show.
I mean, that's how they were made. That's what's kind of built this entire empire. You walk into Target down the street and there it is. And kudos to them for what they have been able to create out of a small town in Waco, Texas, creating this gigantic empire. My question is, has the ship sailed on this?
I don't think so.
Because Fixer Upper, a new episode has not aired in almost 4 years.
Right. No, I hear you.
There is that. Do you have enough to build an entire network on?
And my answer is yes, because they are so behind the scenes in the majority of the network. You see the feel and the vibe of Fixer Upper in a lot of things, and I'm talking about the new one, the Welcome Home version. You see that in a lot of the shows. They kind of all have the same feeling. Like if you watch HGTV or A&E Network, networks kind of have a look for their shows, right?
Sure.
The Magnolia Network does
and
too.
they have a look.
They have a look, and I love the look. Our own Zoe Francois.
We do too.
Yeah,
I mean, you walk in our house, half of the stuff in there is
it's a great
some
look.
relation to Magnolia.
Yeah, we've got, and Zoe Francois, she's a local chef. She has a show, Zoe Bakes, it's going to be on, it's already on Discovery Plus.
That's awesome.
There's a couple of other shows that I really, really like, actually better than HGTV shows, personally, that are on the network. So,
my wife would say that's fine words. She's a big, big fan of Girl Meets Farm. Molly A. That's her show.
I know. HGTV, I love you. I love HGTV, and they're obviously owned by the same.
I was just gonna say, it's all the Discovery umbrella.
There's just a little more like muted, mature, relaxed vibe, I think.
On Magnolia.
On Magnolia.
Okay.
You'll see what I mean.
Very chill.
You'll get it.
All right. Lots more to come. We'll be back right after this.
We're all cool.
Today on The Jason Show, one of the OG reality TV dating shows returns to primetime TV tonight.
There are more single women in this backyard than there are in my entire hometown.
We'll tell you which one. Plus, Netflix is ready to debut another true crime show, and this one looks juicy. And then, have a flight canceled recently? The Thrifty Traveler will join us to talk about what your rights are. Grab a Pop-Tart, some s'mores, and maybe even a pixie stick. The Jason Show will be right back.
Is there anybody that makes you nervous?
With Meryl Streep.
Really?
I am obsessed with her, and she knows it. And every time I see her, the first time I was shy, but then she was very affectionate, so then I learned that, and then every time I see her after that, I hug her and kiss her 1,000 times.
I had a very embarrassing moment with Meryl Streep, to be honest. I had a terrible, awkward. I just want to save everyone the awkwardness of me being like, I don't know what to do with my mouth. Like, I really feel so uncomfortable. I was doing a play in New York. I came off stage and everyone's there in the lobby, and I was with my friend, and I was just kind of like, is that Meryl Streep? And they said, yes, that's Meryl Streep. And then she turns and looks at me, and like everything starts to kind of go crazy in my head, and she walks towards me, like we know each other, and then she says, Jessica, you were so wonderful in this play. And I didn't even know how to function. I said, thank you so much. It means so much to me that you came. Bye-bye. And I walked like an idiot.
That was Penelope Cruz and Jessica Chastain on with Corden last night.
Is there any celebrity that, like, if they walked in the room, you would literally go, hello?
I don't know.
Goodbye.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, if you would just be mystified.
Let me think on that one.
Yeah, you think. Mine, and I know that everybody thinks this is ridiculous, would be Kim Kardashian or Beyonce.
Okay. Why?
Because they just are these people that, okay, so Kim K first, she just looks like a caricature, right? She's flawless looking on TV, and she is arguably one of the most famous people in the world. So to see her in real life would be a very
is this real life?
Oh my gosh, is that? And Beyonce, because I am part of the Beehive, and of course I would actually probably go, it's so nice. and I would just like exit stage left because I just would not know what to do, and I'd be afraid I would touch her, which would be so embarrassing.
Okay.
And I'd probably talk with my hands a lot like this. I'm like getting nervous in this hypothetical situation.
Well, calm yourself.
Thank you.
Calm.
Did you think of your person yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, keep thinking about it.
Okay, I will keep thinking. Maybe later in the show.
Maybe later.
I haven't thought
when
of
it
it yet.
randomly comes up at like,
I know.
10:54.
There it is! Yeah.
Next in the dish, casting for season 2 of The White Lotus is underway on HBO, and it will feature a familiar face of the network. Who? Sopranos alum Michael Imperioli. God,
Imperioli.
I was like, I knew I would get that wrong. I knew I would. Imperioli will join the show. He will play a man traveling with his elderly father and recent college graduate son. Jennifer Coolidge, love her, has been rumored to return, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. Everybody loved her character. The White Lotus was a big hit last year. It was a 6-episode dark comedy set in a luxurious resort. With each passing day, things just got a little bit darker.
You've piqued my interest.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you'd seen it.
I haven't seen this one yet.
Okay.
My wife and I watched the first episode when we had HBO Max still, but
Yeah.
we weren't able to finish the entire series.
Oh,
but
because you got rid of HBO. Maybe.
You know what? Summertime got here, and in Minnesota, you have to embrace the summertime. So we
true.
got outside. But after seeing the trailer and seeing the cast,
Right.
Great cast. I was looking up the cast list. Steve Zahn's in it. I love his work. Yeah.
It could
Got
make
me
sense
interested.
that people would want a season 2. I know Jason
Okay.
was a big
I was
fan
gonna
of
ask,
it.
does it deserve a season 2?
I didn't watch it. I know Jason was a big fan of it.
Okay.
My neighbors, I know, dressed up as people from the show. Like, it was a huge, it was a, not even, you can't call it a cult hit because so many people liked it.
Sure.
But it was one of those, like, oh.
Like a step above cult hit.
Right, where
Okay.
you go, oh, that, people really liked this sort of off show I didn't think would be this big deal.
I will say, I just hope that it's a continued success because HBO has had other series, True Detective,
Right.
where they went with an extra season. Granted, it was a completely different story.
True.
Completely different time. But that just completely
That's
went
so
off the
true.
rails.
So true. Yeah. It was
and then
a
they
totally
got back
different
on
thing.
with season 3, but it's keep that continuation going, keep the same cast, keep that familiarity going
Yeah.
to progress the story.
No, I totally agree. Because then by season 3, I was like not interested in True
And
Detective.
season 3 was fantastic.
When they're supposedly really
of
good.
That show. It's great. Watch that one. Next in the dish, you guys remember Pamela Anderson, right? She and Tommy Lee. Well, they had a thing back in the day and kind of all unraveled thanks to a certain type of tape, we shall say. Now, Hulu is set to debut an 8-part series on the tape. Here's the trailer.
Will you please state your name for the record?
Please welcome Pamela Anderson.
Did you know anything at all about Mr. Lee before you met him?
I knew he was the drummer for Motley Crue.
Did you find him attractive?
I liked his smile. I still do.
We're so good together, Pamela.
To everlasting love. We have recently come into possession of a piece of material.
This is so private. It's like we're seeing something we're not supposed to be seeing.
Nobody's ever getting rich off a celebrity sex tape.
What if we sold it someplace nobody could find us? A website.
A what site?
It's this thing on the computer. People will order the tape directly from us.
Wow. Wow. That's Pam and Tommy, a.k.a. the greatest love story ever told. Stars Lily James, Sebastian Stan. As you can see, also Seth Rogen and Nick Offerman. It hits Hulu next month.
Okay, so I saw this a couple months ago.
Sure.
They either released a teaser or just some photos or something. I'm a huge Lily James fan, and I was like, Lily James?
Since
is gonna
Baby
be Pam
Driver,
Anderson?
she has been great.
So good. And then you see that transformation. She looks just
And how
like
about
her.
Sebastian Stan?
Yeah, as Tommy.
He looks incredible. And also knowing that it's the same people who did I, Tonya, who are doing this, that was a fantastic movie. They really captured the essence of everything of that story.
Right, and like
So it gives
made
me
it
hope
funny.
that they'll, somehow, some way. The cast helped out with that along with the story. I think that this is a very, very similar type of project that it could turn into.
It's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be good.
Just how they were able to transform Lily James. Right? I watched the trailer not knowing that's who was portraying Pamela Anderson. And I was like, wait, that's the same girl that was the waitress in Baby Driver.
Yes.
And it was just mind-blowing. And she's a great actress. It's filled with great talent.
Yeah, I'm excited. That one will be on Hulu. Oh, now I have to get Hulu.
We've got Hulu.
Can I hack?
Hulu. Shh. Talk about that.
Jason's constantly telling me that he's going to give me his passwords to everything, and I have yet to get one. So I won't be disappointed. Don't worry. All right, next the dish. A big night tonight. One of the original reality TV dating shows is making its grand return to network TV.
There are more single women in this backyard than there are in my entire hometown.
I still believe in romance, and I still believe in that old school love.
I'm ready for love, and I want commitment from someone. Last night when I was putting on my self-tanner, I was like, you know what would be really nice if I had a man that could put the self-tanner on my back right now?
Let the games begin.
The boys are gonna start like having emotions towards all of us, and it's like it feels weird.
If you're like a good guy and you kind of check my boxes, great. I don't have time to like play games. I'm done. Nope, I don't want to deal with this.
Take a guess what just happened. Jenny just used her coin on me.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this night, getting to know you.
I have too. I'm really hoping I'm married soon. I don't want to be like single forever.
Okay, well, I mean, in her defense, you really do need help getting self-tanner on your back. It's very difficult to get an even flow if you have to do it yourself. Joe Millionaire returns to Fox tonight. The original show, which debuted in 2003, featured 20 women fighting for the heart of a handsome millionaire. But there was this one very minor catch. He wasn't actually a millionaire, but instead a construction worker and model. The latest iteration is a bit different. There are now 2 men, because we all like get it right at this point. One of the guys is worth millions, actually, and the other guy is worth nothing. Ted, that's so harsh. Ted wrote that. I didn't say that. He could be worth a lot in love, just not finances. There's tonight, and producer Ted will recap it all tomorrow. Okay.
What an incredible concept.
It really is.
The people at Fox just keep coming up with ideas like this, and it does.
It works. The first season that they ever did this, Joe Millionaire, the season finale at the time was second only to, I think, Survivor in actual viewers watching it live. So it was a huge deal.
But that was at the peak of reality TV. You could make that argument.
Right. No, it's true. It's true. And this time I think it's good because we all get it now that they're adding, okay, we're going to be honest with you. One of these people is not and one is. As a viewer, I almost don't want to know who's the millionaire and who's not.
Until the end, because you kind of want to be along for the ride the entire way.
Yeah, like can I tell who the actual Moneybags is and who isn't?
I'll say this. I know you guys are huge fans of The Bachelor, Bachelorette on this show.
Yes.
But this is just taking it to a whole new level. And I'm much more inclined to watch this because, here's my scenario for the end.
Okay.
The 2 guys are left.
Yep.
2 women
Yep.
are left.
Yep.
How upset will the people be when they find out
that she didn't
which
get the
one
millionaire?
is the millionaire and which one is the average Joe? Ooh. That sounds...
Tonight, people, on the FOX.
It starts up. It starts up. Have to wait to the end, but enjoy the show. Next in the dish, Netflix is adding to its true crime library. I like this. A new documentary on a British con man. Take a look at the trailer for Puppet Master hunting the ultimate con man.
Mum, if you are watching this.
It doesn't matter what we've been through. We still love you and we want you back in our lives.
Mum was so young when she met Dad,
Sandra was my first real love.
but that didn't work out. So she decided to start online dating.
All of it started when David came in. He said that he worked in the media, that he was a busy man, but I never saw him go off to work.
I had no idea what was going on.
She was distancing herself from us. I didn't know who she was becoming.
2 years after they first started dating, Mum and David left the house.
I didn't think that would be the last time that me or my children would see her.
Wow. The series follows the story of Robert Freegard, who has controlled, conned, and fleeced at least 7 women and 1 man out of more than $1 million. Puppet Master hits Netflix in 2 weeks.
I watched their Jack the Ripper. It's the same people behind that. That was really, really good.
It's just getting to the point, like, we watch shows like this at night, and, like, my heart races. And
I don't watch alone.
But things like this is interesting because it's as interesting as it is, it's also really sad.
Right.
Because I've seen stories like this before, because you can't help but feel bad for the people
His
that are
family.
living this life,
Right.
that are actually being affected. Another story similar to that, it was I forgot what it was. Oh, Apple TV.
Okay.
The Shrink Next Door.
I don't know what that one is.
It's Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd.
Okay.
It's a fantastic television
So it's
show.
funny?
But no, it's not at all. But it's about this therapist who takes advantage of a man.
Oh.
And it's you feel for the and it's based on a true story.
Right.
But you see this developing and you can't help but feel bad, even though it's being portrayed. Now that you should put something like this, where you see the real people. And the raw reaction. I'm kind of on the fence with this one because it just kind of hits you right there.
I know. I'm probably gonna watch it though.
Yeah.
I'll feel bad, but I'll still watch it.
Okay. We'll be right back here on the Jason Show.
I mean, it's so bad.
I don't know. It's.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can't help but have a good day when you hear this.
It's so cute.
It just clicks in the brain and goes from there. Well, our next guest has become a very, very popular guy recently, thanks to all of those who travel out there.
Yeah, if you're one of the many travelers who has been stranded or experienced delays, so like anyone who's traveled lately, yeah, know your rights. You really need to. Welcome back to the show, our expert, the Thrifty Traveler, Jared. Hey, I bet you've been getting so many calls lately.
I have been extraordinarily popular.
I bet. I mean, so you know this, and everybody at home that maybe doesn't watch, I follow traffic in the morning. Lately, when it's not snowing, it's really slow. So we've been watching the airports and talking about this. People are getting bumped off flights left and right. Things are getting canceled. You're waiting for 5 hours at the airport. There's a lot to this. I mean, first up, I want to talk about the getting bumped off your flights thing, because when that happens, what can you do about that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of confusion around. I know there's been like a viral TikTok that maybe some of you guys have seen, where you talk about the difference between getting bumped from a flight, from an oversold flight, and that's kind of what happens when you hear, they're taking volunteers and they're offering money for you to take a different flight. That's what's kind of the concept of being bumped, which doesn't happen very often. But that's one of the few times, in the United States where you actually are due compensation. If you're unable to take your flight. And this is entirely different from the whole concept of a delayed or canceled flight, where, you really only due a refund. So it's really confusing.
And Jared, you look at ticket prices over the holidays, they seem to be extremely high, and the price would go up and up and up as you would reach holidays like Christmas, like New Year's Day. So I think the bottom line, what people want to know, because they're spending so much money, when are you actually owed a payback from the airlines?
Yeah, so for the most part, if you have a significant delay, which is 2 hours or more for most airlines, you are eligible for a refund. And if your flight is canceled, you're definitely due a refund. But the big thing that people need to know is you need to know your own rights, because a lot of times the airlines are going to try to give you a voucher for future use on that airline. But you need to tell them, I know my rights and I want a refund because the flight's been canceled.
Okay, that's good to know. And if you say that to someone, if you actually get on the phone with them, is that probably the best way, is to actually communicate mano a mano to somebody?
Yeah, and it's not easy to get a hold of the airlines. It's, you can expect some waits. We do have, if you go to thriftytraveler.com and you type in Delta, there's a secret number that you can call that we have listed on our website. That'll get you through usually in around 30 minutes, which is a lot better than like an hour or two. So we don't have secret numbers for all the airlines, but Delta's, that's kind of one of the secret silver bullets right now to getting through.
So Jerry, you're clearly an expert, but what are some of the rookie mistakes that people make who are trying to rectify a problem with an airline right now?
Yeah, so one of the big things, let's say that your flight is delayed or canceled and you're waiting to call in. make sure you know, and you've looked on Google Flights, what are the next flights on your airline that you could possibly take? Because if you can feed that information directly to the agent once you get them on the line, that's going to make things go so much faster. And you definitely want to have, your app, let's say you're flying Delta or Sun Country or whoever, you want to make sure that you have all the tools at your disposal and you're not just calling in and expecting them to take care of everything for you.
Right. Have everything kind of in front of you and ready. All the paperwork
help
is filled
them
out.
help you.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because we have you here, we'd be remiss not to ask you, are there some deals right now people are wanting to fly?
So there are some crazy deals, which probably isn't too surprising given what's going on in the world right now. So from MSP, you can fly to Cancun for under $200, nonstop round trip on Delta through the end of February. These are all through the end of February. And again, they're bookable through Google Flights. You can go to thriftytraveler.com. Phoenix, $97. Vegas, $97. Miami and Orlando, $107. So a lot of times these are Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday departures and returns through February, but some amazing deals to be had. And the airlines are a little concerned about, getting people's butts in seats right now. So that's why we're seeing these amazing sales. And I got one last one for you. It's one of the best deals that I've seen in probably the last year. Minneapolis to the Hawaiian Islands of Maui, Kona, and Kauai for $357 through the end of February.
Are you kidding
Normally
me?
that's like $700. It's been on sale for 48 hours right now. Don't expect it to be on sale for much longer. So definitely hop on, Google Flights and start searching.
What? Oh, I want to go. Man, Jared.
Especially now that it's like below zero outside.
Tell me this. I just booked a different trip. Why are you going to come on here now today?
Hey, I ran the snowblower this morning. If there's anybody that wants to go on a trip, it's definitely me.
Okay, cool.
I was outside with the shovel and I'm like, you know what? I wish this was sand right now.
Yeah, we just heard, by the way, Ted just told us the entire control room actually just left. They're all going online right now to book this flight to Hawaii. Jared, thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
For all the latest in travel deals and news, head over, of course, to thriftytraveler.com.
Hawaii sounds incredible right now.
Oh my gosh,
my goodness.
in a month. Please, Lord, help us. We'll be right back. Oh my gosh, though, like, for real?
Yeah.
Delta, too, like, not someone else. And I won't.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Dun, 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 dun. After nearly 2 years of delays, the sequel to Top Gun will finally be released, cross your fingers, in 2022. Welcome back to the Jason Show, everyone. The sequel is part of a new list of highly anticipated movies and TV shows of the new year, but I'm very curious about Top Gun. Of course, IMDb.com based the rankings on searches and page views from viewers. Top Gun Maverick features the return of Tom Cruise to his star-making role. This time, he is training a group of graduates for a specialized mission. The movie opens, hopefully, at the end of May.
I know, that's such a,
I still remember seeing the trailer for the Super Bowl. There's a Super Bowl in February of 2020?
Yeah.
I was like, man, this looks really, really cool.
Right. I'm
it's like so
surprised
many
it's still,
movies. Yeah.
Like, still has so much beef and excitement behind it.
Well, it's because of what it is. And scenes like that. I mean, the beach volleyball scene from the original from back in the mid-'80s, and just it's Top Gun. It's such...
Sorry, that's just really hot.
What, the beach or?
All the things in that movie.
Okay.
Just look really good.
I'm still interested in seeing it.
I am too.
I just want to see what they do with the character and how do they develop him now
that he's older and stuff.
What is it, 35 years later now? Something like that?
I don't know. He's
Since
still
the
just
original?
as hot. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, well, another Tom Cruise movie, Mission Impossible 7, that's also on the list.
Another good-looking man. Wait, it's the same one. Looking at other most anticipated movies, a return to Jurassic Park.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get
That full trailer, by the way, is like 5 minutes long. Highly suggest watching it. It'll be good. Jurassic World Dominion is the 6th movie in the franchise, reuniting the cast from the new movies and the originals. That one, hypothetically, comes out in June.
I was gonna ask, what is the catch with this one? Because I will say, Jurassic Park, the first one, is top 3 all time for me in favorite movies. It was very, it was part of my childhood growing up.
Oh, absolutely. I was so scared of it.
Yeah,
I was terrified.
Full disclosure, I would hide behind the couch when the scene with the spinning dinosaur would come out. I would hide behind it and watch it from there, and that's it. But yeah, I think my mom has it on VHS. Yeah, she has it on
do you have a VHS player?
But my question is, has Jurassic Park / World run its course?
I don't think so.
Because Fallen Kingdom, not a huge fan.
Yeah, I think this will work because now they're in our world all over the place. And the 5-minute promo, if you want to watch it, it shows the very beginning. It shows the mosquito that gets frozen. Because you remember how that's how the whole thing started?
And the amber because of the sap.
It's interesting. It looks good.
Okay. I'll give it a shot because it is Jurassic Park. Why not? Other movies in the top 10. One I'm excited about, one of my top ones, The Batman with Robert Pattinson, going from Twilight to Batman.
Yes.
Let's check that one out. And the Scream sequel, or is it called Scream?
Yep.
Is it a sequel? Is it the same one redid? Who knows? We'll find out. Also, Thor, Love and Thunder, and Martin Scorsese's latest, The Killers of the Flower Moon with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio.
The DiCaprio.
That is about the beginning of the FBI.
Oh, that's what that one's about?
And also it takes 2 great actors from Martin Scorsese's career, Robert De Niro in Goodfellas, Leo DiCaprio in The Departed, also Shutter Island, great movie. But like taking those 2 who have been so instrumental to his success as a director and putting them on the same screen, I'll watch.
It's going to be good. And Thor. He is my Hollywood crush. Not the actor, not Chris Hemsworth. It's Thor.
Just Thor.
Get it right. Okay? Yeah.
Is that another one to the list of people who you would just
Michael B. Jordan and Thor, man. Hello.
You would just freeze up and not know what to say?
It's a long list. Hey, everybody, we will be right back with even more fun for you on this Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Thor, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
I think if Oprah walked in the room, I would like faint.
Let me hear you say,
Shakalaka.
French vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough.
You have it in real life here. That's all you need for this Throwback Thursday or Thursday.
That was the
throwback
reboot, though. That was the reboot.
Oh, that's right. When the commercial with
the ice cream, yeah.
That was good. One of the biggest songs of '93. Whoa, there it is by Tag Team, or now known as an ice cream commercial. The song is still used to this day at many sporting events. And
that commercial does not get old, by the way.
It is really
I've seen it. I have literally seen it a million times.
It is so
and
good.
I do not think it ever gets old.
And those kids are like, I don't know who's singing. I don't know. And we're all like,
and then
I
the dad
feel
does.
old. Yeah, I feel real old. Welcome back. We're going to stay in the year of '93. That was the year when AT&T released a series of commercials predicting future technology. Don't go away. This is really interesting.
More commercials. And incredibly, most of the technology is part, believe it or not, of our everyday lives right now. The commercials are making the rounds again lately. Here's the first one.
Have you ever opened doors?
I'm home.
With the sound of your voice?
Our card, please.
Carried your medical history in your wallet?
Your wife's gonna be just fine.
So this is where we stand on the atrium.
Or attended a meeting?
I really like what you guys have been doing, but
in your bare feet?
I may have a few other ideas.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you.
That guy at the end got the Thrifty Traveler deal, apparently, because he's doing meetings in Hawaii. This is just striking, though.
It is. It's really, really creepy. It's part of the You Will campaign, featuring, as you might have heard, Tom Selleck's voice, and directed by future Oscar nominee David Fincher. Now, what's really weird is the commercial predicted stuff like Siri, telemedicine, Oh, Zoom calls?
I will say the whole opening the door with your voice thing.
Yeah.
That still freaks me out. I know it exists. And
Right. I love the ones where you can shut the car door with like your foot or open the car.
That's
I don't
cool,
have a
though.
cool enough vehicle.
No, I
that
know.
does that, but that would be very convenient.
It would be.
Can you imagine? I don't remember any of this. I was 3, but watching that and going, no way. And now, yes way. Anybody can do
How about
any of that.
Back to the Future whenever they were predicting things in the
Yeah.
future? And
So
some
weird.
came to life?
So weird. Next up, 2 more predictions many people are familiar with right now.
Have you ever watched the movie you wanted to, the minute you wanted to? Learn special things. That's all taken from jazz. Know any questions? From faraway places. Oakland? So where did jazz come from? Good question. Or tucked your baby in. From a phone booth. You will. And the company that'll bring it to you.
Wow.
My gosh, that is so crazy.
That one commercial right there, of course, looked at streaming TV and video phone calls. You don't even have to go to a phone booth for that.
Nope, you
Just
can do it in your pocket.
Yeah, right here.
Didn't see that one coming.
But it's just like, if I were watching that, I was a huge movie buff growing up.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I can just stay at home and watch movies?
Or like, can you imagine too, the asking questions or watching the professor respond to you in real time is so normal now. And even just 15 years ago was like,
What?
what? No.
No, I have to go to class.
Right.
No,
right.
you don't.
Mm-mm.
You will go to class in your pajamas in your dorm room.
Yes, you will, children.
Apparently. Well, one more predicting 3 more common things we use today.
Have you ever had a classmate who's thousands of miles away?
Yes.
Conducted business in a language you don't understand. Or kept an eye on your home when you're not at home.
That is simply incredible.
Mm-hmm. I can't.
The question is
AT&T.
though, how much it is AT&T.
AT&T.
How much were they working on things like this that we now see today?
That's the thing. It's like there had to have been people actually knowing that this would happen, because how do you get all that right? Obviously, that one was distance learning, automatic translation, things like that we see all the time. Oh, and of course, video doorbells. Like, hello, ring. Like everybody has them. I think my grandma could have had one. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's very striking how they predicted all of these things. It really is, because you can say, oh, we got that one right, and then, oh, but we were completely wrong on flying cars, something like that.
Right.
But to see the commercials go in sequential order, yep, that exists. Yep, that does too. Oh, by the way, we have a whole nother set of commercials, and it exists too.
Yep. Oh, by the way, they had smartwatches as well. Yeah. We'll be right back, everybody. Like,
I don't have a smartwatch.
I was like, I don't have one.
I don't
Everybody
either.
else does.
No. How about the Apple Watch commercial now that's making?
Hey, you know what time it is. It's a favorite. Don't blink, because it's time for the world's shortest segment. Yep, there it was. Hope you didn't blink. Today, an anniversary for one of the longest running shows on TV.
From Sony Pictures Studios, it's America's Game.
47 years ago today, the first episode of Wheel of Fortune aired on NBC. At first, it was a daytime game show hosted by Chuck Woolery. Oh
Woolery.
I'm sorry, I could not get that out.
Woolery. Here we go.
I'm so sorry. Pat Sajak started hosting the show in 1981. Vanna White joined in 1983. Woolery. I still can't say it. We'll be right back.
Woolery.
Oh my God. Woolery.
Chuck Woolery.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
Woolery. You know what time it is?
Woolery.
The surprise goodbye. Never mind. We're not going to play it. There we go.
There
Here
it
we go.
is. Yay.
Okay, you know how this works. Hoping I haven't seen this story yet, and we'll watch it with you. Today, a famous drummer turns an Adele song into a rock ballad.
Ooh.
Ooh, Travis Barker
from Blink-182. He's been doing this for a long time.
Oh, so
This
good.
is great.
I love it. He even broke a drumstick at the end of this, by the way. I love him. I love Blink-182.
I still do too, and it's been
And I love his
25
fiance.
years or so.
Kourtney Kardashian. Bye. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow.